Max Laverne.
Ah, yeah.
Welcome to the A to Z of shit music for this week. Now it's G.
Yes.
And I know VJ just walked in and wanted to know what letter it was so he could try and guess.
Yeah, well, you know, it was a strong field this week, actually. We're up to G, the A to Z of bad music, and we're taking a look at a band who I can only describe as aggressively boring. I literally fell asleep a whopping 4,000 times listening to this band while I was preparing for today's segment. Because a lot of bands are boring, but they keep it to themselves. They don't plot on out of your speakers being all like, hey, couldn't you be comatose? And that's where the Goo Goo Dolls are different.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's made to be broken, I just want you to know who I am.
I still find it vaguely stirring and emotional.
Yeah, well, I was watching you during that grab, Doctor. If only there was a camera in that studio. You started out pumping your fist, and while you were pumping your fist, you just noticed your arm was a bit itchy and started scratching it.
I did. That's exactly what I did.
It took 5 seconds for you to go from fist pumping to bored. Oh, what an illustration.
That's the Goo Goo Dolls right there.
That's their 1998 smash hit Iris, which they callously and deliberately inserted into City of Angels, the heartwarming romantic comedy starring Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan. Instead of letting their 100% average song stand on its own two legs, they attached it to the touching, delicate story of love against the odds between an angel and an incompetent surgeon, thus forever imbuing it with the emotional heft of Cage and Ryan's masterful performances. Obviously, without that, it'd just be a middle-of-the-road pop-rock song full of confusing double-negative lyrics.
Can't fight the tears that ain't coming.
You can't find the tears that ain't coming, just as you can unfight the non-tears that are coming, or you don't can disfight the untears that bean't non-coming. Anyway, before everyone in the world bought the CD single of Iris for their girlfriend, the Goo Goo Dolls were a punk...
That was a fraudulent slip.
Sure was. The Goo Goo Dolls were a punk band called the Sex Maggots who played CBGBs a couple of times.
Right.
In the early 80s. Then in 1986, some idiot club manager refused to let them on stage as the Sex Maggots, so on the spur of the moment they changed it to the Goo Goo Dolls, and from there everything got progressively worse, like a massive snowball of ear pain until they released Iris. Not that things got any better from there.
You're cynical and beautiful, you always make a scene. You're monochrome, delirious, you're nothing that you seem.
And now you know what it would be like if Nick Cave sucked. That's a song from the Goo Goo Dolls' Dizzy Up the Girl, and after that album came out, frontman Johnny Rzeznik got divorced and decided he'd experiment with sounds. He wrote a heap of dark, angsty songs about the pain that only an obnoxious multimillionaire knows. One of them, this song, which Johnny Rzeznik described as his disco song.
Turn your anger into lust. I'm still here, but you don't trust it all. And I'll be waiting, loving sex and loneliness. Take what's yours and leave the rest, so I'll survive. God, it's good to be alive.
It sounds so much like the Bee Gees, I actually can't tell the difference. But I'm told it's the Goo Goo Dolls' disco song, Big Machine. After that, the Goo Goo Dolls released another album called Let Love In, which I want you to know I listened to because I take my responsibilities for this segment seriously. But I'm not going to play it because I'm not going to play anything from it because I can more easily and painlessly summarise it in 6 words. Bon Jovi meets Fall Out Boy. For another 3 words, I can tell you it's far worse, and with an extra 6, I can question what I'm doing with my life. Now, that album came out in 2006, and apparently the Goo Goo Dolls are releasing a new one in May, but it's not out yet, so I don't have to listen to it. And can I go home now?
You certainly can. Max Laverne, thank you very much. And can I say the Twitter line has said nothing but the Goo Goo Dolls when I asked them to suggest anything.
Twitter.
Thank you very much.
Come on.
H is up next. Let us know who you think should be number H in the A to Z of shit music coming up.